Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Game Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the Monday painting video. What's the Monday painting video? What's it all about? Well, the Monday painting video is a painting video, but the models in question are voted on by you guys from last week's Weekly Wednesday, which is a weekly Q&A. In that video, I'll show you a host of models and you guys vote on what you want me to paint for Monday's painting video. Now, in the event of a tie, I usually do a dice roll, but today's going to be a little bit today's going to be a little bit different. So for all my regulars here, guys, I would love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so this week, absolutely amazing voting. 4 models have been voted on. We have the Necron Annihilation Barge, which is absolutely fantastic. We have this Space Marine Librarian in Terminator armor from 10th edition Leviathan box. Again, a fantastic sculpt. We have Ultron from Marvel Crisis Protocol. Absolutely fantastic. And we have Lilith for the Drukhari army. Now, the reason I'm not going to do a dice roll this week, and the reason it's a little bit different, is because I'm been so busy over the weekend with different bits and pieces, and I'm so pressed for time. So the plan, what I've decided to do for today, is paint one model, just pick one up and paint it. Then over the course of this week, I'm going to get the other 3 painted up. That's the plan. Now, if I don't get all 3 of them painted up this week, whatever's left, I will slip into a paint video next week. Okay. Unfortunately, I just, so busy with everything, I've just totally run out of time. So what I'm going to do today, I'm actually going to paint Ultron, get him out of the way, and then hopefully across the rest of the week I'm going to get the other guys painted up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with some Banshee Brown, and I'm going to give him a proper dry brush of this Banshee Brown. Some people are going to be asking me, why am I giving him a dry brush or a Banshee Brown? Because when I come in with the next colour, it's going to be this is not a slap chop, but something similar to that. I want to have some of the lighter areas with a pink, and then come in with some with a metallic colour. So I'm going to give this a quick once over. It's crazy. I have the whole weekend to get things organised, and there's one thing after another, family life stuff, and it just delays everything. And they give the stones a quick dry brush over as well. Right, now I've got some Emperor's Children on the wet palette. I used this paint yesterday on the Biovore, but I'm going to use it again today. And I'm going to wet my brush down, really water the pink down, holding it really watery, like a wash. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to come in and try and just wash it into the recess areas. I'm going to crack on to the rest of him. So next I'm going to come in with Dawn Star Grey. Now I actually ended up washing most of the model with the pink, What I'm going to do with Dawn Star is I'm going to pick out all the stone. Let's give that a quick once over. The plan isn't to cover the Banshee Brown. The aim is to cover some more of the darker bits that the Banshee Brown dry brush missed. Give me a different bits of stone colour. They may not look much at the moment, but when I come in with the next stage, it will really pop. Well, next two stages, it will really pop off. And give this a quick once over here as well, just to get any of those bits of dark that I missed. So now I'm going to come in with some white scars, and again the same thing I'm going to do again is I'm going to come across on the base and on the stone. White scars is a layer paint, so it will go on bright and dull itself down. And some of this grey, Dawn Star grey, is still a bit wet, which is nice, so I can actually just have a little wet blend as well. That wasn't my intention, but I can do that whilst I'm here. Some of you are going to look at it and think it looks a bit weird, but trust the process. I'm going to leave that to dry now for a few minutes. Now I'm going to come in with some Eldari Emerald. Some of you are going to be like, this is some crazy amount of colours you're doing here, John. I'm going to take a little tiny dab and I want to get it into that shoulder socket there. It doesn't matter if I come over a little bit, because there's going to be a bit afterwards that's going to really just hide all that. And leave that to dry. Right, that green looks absolutely amazing in the shoulder pads there. It's still a little bit wet, but I'm not going to do anything else into those shoulder pads. Next I'm going to come in with some Rattling Grime contrast paint, and I haven't used this colour for a long time. And he dropped it in, totally. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm actually going to wash all of this stonework down. The white seems to be a little bit wet here and there, but that's not a big issue, because when I go in, you see that little bit there, that's where the white is mixing, and it's just giving me shading without me actually having to do shading and highlighting without me actually do very much. I'm going to crack on with the rest of the Rattling Grime. I'm very pleased with that. It looks absolutely amazing. The stone is a little bit wet still, as you can see, shiny, but that's not a big issue. Now, Ultron himself, some of you are going to be like, what the hell are you going to do with that now, John? It's pink. I don't know what you're going to do with that. Now I'm going to come in with some Rune Fang Steel layer paint. I have it on the wet palette already. I'm going to take some on my brush, put it on some tissue, and then I'm going to dry brush him. Pink's still wet, damn it. I'm going to give it a few more minutes and wait, and then do that step. Right, so let's try this again. Going to keep working it on. There is a layer paint, so it will go on bright, dull itself down. So it's probably going to take a couple of layers, I reckon, because I've washed a bit too much silver, too much pink on it. But not too much, but just Probably more than what I should have done. So I'm going to continue to give this a dry brush, give it a couple of coats, so a couple of passes. You can see the pink coming through, but you can see silver as well. Right, now I've got some some Stormhost silver on the wet palette, and I'm going to do the same sort of thing again, but I'm actually just going to do a little bit because it's looking a bit too silvery now, I think. Still got pink coming through. So I'm going to take a bit of my brush onto some tissue, and I just want to get some key points on him, like the back of his hand. This little bit on his knee here. Essentially, I'm dry brushing it, but I'm trying to edge highlight at the same time. It's a bit of a weird description of what I'm doing, but that's what essentially I'm doing. Here's the chest pieces. Now what I'm going to do, I need to actually have a look at his eyes. Can I get his eyes, or are they going to be too much of a nuisance for me to get? I might be able to get them. I can see them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some corn red. So I've got some corn red on the wet palette. I'm going to take a tiny bit of that. I'm going to come in and try and get the eyes. Now, if I overshoot it and get it on the face, it's not a big issue. Yeah, they just they didn't quite work. It's not a massive issue because I can come back in with some of the silver afterwards. That doesn't actually look too bad. When you get up close and personal, you see that I've missed it. I'll leave that to dry for a minute. Right, so I actually came back in off camera with a little bit of the Stormhost silver with a tighter brush. I just got to try to tie up the eyes a little bit more. Eyes are not my strongest suit whatsoever. I don't know, I feel maybe it looks a bit too metallic-y. There is pink coming through. I'm not just 100% sold on it, to be honest with you. Anyway, for all intents and purposes, this guy is battle ready. So what I'm going to do now is take it beyond battle ready standard. Now this could be, I say, a dry brush. I've done a lot of dry brushing on this model, but it could be a dry brush, could be edge highlight, could be a wash, could be technical paint, could be, you know, any number of things. But I'm only going to redo one thing to this guy. I'm going to come in with some some Banshee brown. I'm going to get some of my back onto my brush on my tissue, and I'm going to gently just dry brush a few areas here and there, just to give the rock a bit more of a look. Now I've still got a little bit of grime that's a bit wet there. Do not want to hit that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to repeat the same process again, but I'm going to use white scars. So I'm going to take a little bit on my brush, whack it on some tissue. I'm going to come in and just pick out a few areas here and there. I'm not going to go super crazy, so I want it to look like rock. Now, there we have him. Now, I'm not too mad on the silver, to be honest with you. I was going for the same thing that I did on the Void Dragon, where I did one contrast paint and then just dry brushed them with the silver afterwards, and it really stood nice. I did it on the Catan Shard Nightbringer as well. Again, looks fantastic, but I want to do something a little different with him. I don't know, still not sure about the silver. I mean, the pink's coming through nicely. I'm quite happy with the eyes, actually, to be honest with you. They're quite, that side's a little bit, I don't know, I'm quite happy with the eyes. So when you're looking on the table, you don't see any mistakes up close. It's only because I've got it close to the camera so you can see details properly. Rock is amazing. Now the grime is still a bit wet in the back there and at the front here, but it still looks amazing. Now I could have put some white scars along here as well, just to highlight that a bit more, and maybe along the edges of the pavement, but don't need to do that. So anyway guys, like I said, the rest of the week I'm going to try and get those other three models painted up. Just so pressed for time. Hopefully I can get. Hopefully I have the time to get this edited today, Monday, and upload it. I'm hoping. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for voting. And I will try my best to get those other three done this week, because I don't want to let you guys down who did vote. But guys, massive thank you to you all. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you're seeing this for the first time, hit the subscribe button, because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to this video of more and more people, which makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. Any comments or anything about this model, chuck on below as always guys. Until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for voting, take it easy.